Hi, I'm Jen from Acadian Accounting Education, and today we are going to practice matching the bank feeds. So go ahead and click on the link in the description to grab a copy of the exercise, and let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get started matching those bank feeds. Now, this exercise is coming from our QBO Quick Start course, which if you would like more information about that course after we go through the exercise, be sure to click on the link in the description. But let's go ahead and get started with today's exercise and read through our scenario. You have agreed to help Craig compare the transactions recorded by his bank to the transactions he has recorded in his QBO account. So let's see how to do this. Now, you will need to be in the sample company to do this exercise. If you are not sure how to get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, be sure to click on the link in the description. I have the sample company here on the left side of my screen. Once you sign in, this is what it will look like. This is the dashboard. So let's go ahead and get started with the exercise. Now we first need to get to the banking center. So to do this from the left navigation bar, we're going to hover over transactions and then select bank transactions. So the left navigation bar is this black bar here. Transactions is towards the top. Go ahead and hover over that and then select bank transactions. Now, alternatively, you could have selected bank transactions right here. It is a bookmark in the sample company. It may not be that way in the in your client books. So just know that the proper path to do that would be going hovering over transactions and then clicking bank transactions. Now, if this is your first time in the banking center, you will get this pop up here. It is an overview from Intuit about this area. We don't need to do anything with it, so go ahead and click on the X to exit out of it. All right, so you will notice here that there are three tiles. There's this checking, the savings, and then I need to click on the arrow to scroll over to this MasterCard. Now, these tiles all represent the three bank/slash credit card accounts that are connected to his QBO account. The first one, if I scroll back over, is the checking, and it is blue because that is the one that is currently selected. If you look on the bottom of this tile, there is an orange 25, and it indicates that there are 25 transactions in the checking feed that are ready for review. You can also see this number here in the For Review tab. They are both the exact same amount. So let's go ahead and scroll through to find one of the transactions and look a little bit closer. The first one we're going to look at is the Hicks hardware transaction. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And just as a note here, there are a couple of columns here. The first one is the date. The second one is the description of the transaction, who the payee is, whether it's what the category or the potential match is, the amount that was either spent or received. This paperclip right here is if it is a check, there would be a check image perhaps from the bank. Doesn't always happen here in the sample company, it doesn't. And then this is the action column. What we need to do as the bookkeeper. So if we look here at this categorized match column, some are not, some have two potential matches found and others have one potential match found. Here is that Hicks hardware transaction. Now on the bank side, a check in the amount of $228.75 has cleared. You can see that right here. On the QBO side, you can see here that Craig previously entered check number 75 for this exact amount. If I click on this transaction here, I can expand it and I can just double check. Here is that check 75 for Hicks Hardware, and then that is the amount that the bank is also cleared. So this is a match. We're going to go ahead and click on the green match button. Now, once I do that, if I scroll back to the top here, you will notice now that the numbers have been adjusted. It is showing now as 24, indicating that there are now 24 transactions to review. Now let's go ahead and take a look at one more. We're going to scroll through to find the Pam Sites transaction. So if I scroll down a little bit, you can see her name is right here. And this time there are two transactions in QBO that QBO might QBO thinks might be a match. So which one is the correct one? To see a little bit more information, we can go ahead and click on the View button right here, and it will expand once again for us to see more information. Now, when QBO is initially looking for a match, it searches by amount only. It's not looking at the bank detail, which we can see says Pam Sites, or the date. So there are two transactions for this amount for $75 each, which is why it is showing as two potential matches being found. But when we are looking at both of the options, you can clearly see that one transaction was for Pam Sites right here, and the other one was for Books by Bessie. Now, since the bank detail says Pam Sites, we know that the one that is the correct match is the transaction for Pam Sites here in QBO. It is currently selected right here. You can see it with the green on the button. So this is the one that is the match, and we can go ahead and click on the green match button. So go ahead and do that. And now that one has been matched. If I scroll back up, you can see now it has gone down. We have only 23 to review. But that's it. That is how you would go about matching the bank feeds. Now, as a bookkeeper, one of your jobs is to go through each of the transactions from the bank and attempt to match them to already existing transactions in QBO. If you don't find a match, you can add the transaction from the bank feed. You can practice this and much more in the QBO gym. So there is a link in the description below if you would like more information about that QBO gym. And that's it. That's how you match the bank feeds. Now, if you like this exercise and you would like to do more like it, or you would like more information about that QBO Quick Start course, be sure to click on the link in the description, and I will see you next time.